Hello, good day everyone. Welcome to DQM lesson. Today we are looking at profile activation, provision of our CS entry with the CS entry questionnaire, and the Census Pad Task 1, which is household listing task. So before we start profile activation, you make sure that your Census Pad and your CS entry is installed on your device. The first thing you should do is to confirm the version of the Census Pad app you are using and the CS entry to ensure that is the appropriate version. So you open your Census Pad. When you open your Census Pad after downloading for the first time, the pad will request you to allow some permission. Please kindly allow all permission. Allow access to device, allow device to manage call, allow media, and allow messages. So you come to this is the front page, the welcome page of your Census Pad. At the top, you see Census Pad version 31.12 released on 3rd April 2023. So here is where you confirm that the version you're working with is actually the recommended version for the exercise. But before we start our Census Pad, because now there's little changes in our CS entry, we no longer provision our CS entry questionnaire using the CS web page and the URL. Now we use QR code. We scan QR code to provision our questionnaire. And after provisioning our questionnaire, the CS entry is designed now to hide our questionnaire in such that you won't know, you won't see the questionnaire. Usually we used to see NPC underscore PAC underscore 2023, that is the questionnaire. But with our new CS entry, you will not see the questionnaire. So it is good you provision it first. But however, to be sure that we indeed provisioned our CS entry with the questionnaire, the Census Pad have feature in our tags. Now tags, the provisioning tags, tags 5, shake CS entry status. Previously, that tags only shake if the CS entry is indeed installed in the device. But now, the tags is checking two things. One, if the CS entry app is installed, and secondly, if the questionnaire is provisioned successfully. So we'll quickly click on our CS entry. We are starting for the first time. So we read the terms of service and accept the agreement. Then remember to allow all permission. After that, after allowing all permission, this page, CS entry application, will pop up. You will see there is no application in your device. Choose add application. No longer choosing add application. However, you come to this menu button, the three button. Click on the three button. Up, you see add application. And on the add application, these are the possible ways you can add application. Previously, we were using CS web server, but now we are using QR code. So click on the QR code and locate where you have your QR. It may be in soft copy or in printed hard copy. Place it across your camera. Ensure that the sun is not too bright and the weather is not too dim. So place it across your behind your camera to scan the QR code. As soon as it needs scan, if it didn't scan well, it will come up with error. You see error connecting server. This is an error. So you go back and scan again. So you watch the CS entry installed. After installing successfully, it will bring you back to this page. That is, you will still not see the application. We usually see NPC underscore PAC underscore 23, which is our application. But in this version, you will not see it. So after you have done this, you close your CS entry. And that ends your business with CS entry. So you quickly move into your Census Pad. Open your Census Pad to start your profile activation. Click open. Come to number 1. If you click open on this menu, you will see welcome, your name. So we have provisioning, we have census tax and go, we have team coverage and progress, we have system configuration. In provisioning, this is where you fetch all resources. All resources here for your work includes your EA frame, the building frame, the base map. Here you also provisioned your tablet and get the unique ID. Here you check your CS entry status and also accept the terms and agreement or sign the oath of secrecy. Then here census tax and go. This tax shows tax and progress across household listing, census night, and the enumeration of persons. So census tax and goal has three tax. The first tax is for household listing, the second tax is for census night, while the third tax is used to refresh EA and for enumeration of persons. Then the next one in our menu is team coverage and progress. Here you can check as an enumerator your performance of your team, the number of buildings each person in your team have listed. Then as a supervisor, you can monitor your team progress here, the number of all the buildings every enumerator has listed and synchronized. Check for building duplicates, check for buildings without household, residential building without household. And at the end of the household listing in an EA, check for total coverage. After ascertaining the total coverage, you mark as completed. And also here we also have another button for supervisory interview. So system configuration, here during the training we usually ask to put our PDA in training mode. It is a system configuration, you do that. So let's quickly go to provisioning. We open provisioning, we click on provisioning. Provisioning have 6 tasks. The first task is profile activation. Now, for the 2023 population and housing census, our profile will be activated using our phone number, our registered and profiled phone number. And after inputting your phone number, a one-time password, OTP, will be sent to you. These are security checks to confirm that the person that owns the phone is the one that have access to our resources. So we go quickly to profile, click on profile. Here, welcome, kindly input your registered phone number to get activated. So you type your number. After typing your number, and ensure that the number you type is correct. Note, this number must be strictly 11 digits and you start from 080. Do not start from +234 or any country code. And be careful not to impute O as an alphabet. O as an alphabet. Use 0 as a number. So you have options here to get your OTP. Either get activation code via SMS or get activation code via call. So if you choose via call, you will receive a machine caller calling the OTP for you. If you choose via SMS, the OTP will be sent to your registered phone as an SMS. So here we quickly choose send OTP as an SMS and wait for the OTP to arrive. So this prompt will first of all check if your profile, your phone number is profiled and generate OTP. So once the OTP is generated, you start looking at the countdown. In case you didn't receive your OTP, you have opportunity of requesting for another OTP when the countdown elapses. Well, I received my OTP, so I quickly type in the OTP 200533. So the OTP actually came in less than 3 seconds. Um, so you input your OTP and click on activate. Now you can see, hi Shioma, your profile has been activated. You have been assigned as, so you will see your role here. If you are activated as an enumerator, you will see you've been assigned as an enumerator to work within the supervisory area. If your profile is as a supervisor, you also see. So you click OK and go to our task 2. Task 2 is fetch enumeration area and building frame. So you quickly click on proceed. You are about to activate all EAs within supervisory area. You click proceed to activate all the EAs. Now, the difference here is that previously, after activating these EAs, we'll still come here to click to download enumeration area, polygon, and building point individually. But for this new census pad, the moment you click activate, the whole EAs in the SA and their buildings will be downloaded automatically. So we move to the next one, which is number 3, fetch base map. Here we fetch the base map of the place you're working. Once you click proceed, the base map will start loading. You have to be patient and allow it to load properly. And of course, you know you need network connectivity here. You need strong internet to load your base map. Allow the base map to load, zoom in and zoom out to clear off the map. And as soon as you get a brighter map, or you feel that you've cleared your map enough, So the map is still clearing, it keeps zooming in and zooming out until you get a bright image. So as soon as you are comfortable with the brightness you're getting, you see the prompt below which said I have loaded my base map area. So you click on I have loaded my base map area. Then you move to task 4, tablet provisioning. Here you are expected to generate a unique ID that you use to tag your tablet. So you click on proceed. It will tell you are about to provision this tablet with the following: state name, LGA, enumeration ID, the Android version, and you do yes, proceed. Now pay attention here. After provisioning this, it will tell you provisioning tablet successful, but it will not bring out the unique ID. It will not bring out the unique ID, and the task will change to green, showing that you have performed it. But do not stop here. Click it again. This is when it will now bring out the ID of the tablet. One record successfully synchronized. So this is when it will bring out the ID of the tablet. Device already profiled with device tag LGA 744-0674. So you will see the device ID, the LGA code, and then the device ID. So you click OK and move to the next task, that's 5, where you check the CS entry status. Remember I said the census pad is checking two status here. 1, if the CS entry application is installed in the device, and 2, if the CS entry questionnaire has been provisioned. So remember, we have already provisioned our CS entry. You click on it and we say CS entry has been installed on this device. So you move to the next task, task 6, which is oath of secrecy. Please ensure to read the oath of secrecy perfectly and understand it. Click on the check button to agree and accept. So we have successfully activated our census pad and provision this. So we are done with census pad provisioning. So the next thing is we'll go back to our home page and go straight on to census tax and go to start our household listing. So the moment you open census tax and go, before you come to census tax and go, remember we are doing group listing methodology. So in group listing methodology, before you'll be able to access the imagery, or before you'll be able to work, supervisor is expected to assign building range to an enumerator. So we click on assignment sheet and assign ranges of building 1 to 10 for this enumerator. Remember, you need internet connectivity to do this. You see assignment saved. So we've assigned, and on top of that EA, this EA Zenith Bank 58 Identity Ogusanya Street, you will see assigned building 1 to 10. So we move back to our census tax and go. So open census tax and go, select the EA. You're working on this EA. Select the EA, and you remember this route, generate route. This icon here is used to navigate us through the Google map to our EA of assignment. And remember, this generate route, the location will terminate on building number 1 of your EA. So in case you are not sure or you don't know the route to your EA, kindly click on this generate route. It will navigate you to Google map, which will lead you to your EA. So as soon as you get to your EA, the first thing you want to do is to open tags. After the you have identified your EA, canvas, and know your boundary, you open tags. Download the base map, allow it to clear, and of course, remember you have already fetched this base map when we are doing provisioning, and you allow it to clear. So on this task 1, we have primary icons and we have secondary icon. So let's quickly run through this icon. The first one here is locate me icon. So this guy is used to locate your actual position, to locate where you are as relation with the imagery. So, and the approved error limit of this you wait for this guy is 5 meters and below, less than 5 meters. So when you click on locate me, please wait for you to count down to 5 meters before you accept. What this means is you are just 5 meters away from where the location of this locate me will point to. And of course, we know 5 meters is just close by. So wherever you point to, you look around. If you're actually at the right place, you will see the fixtures on the map on ground. With your map orientation and image interpretation, you'll be able to ascertain that you are indeed at the right place. So the next icon here is show building. So you click here to display the building numbers. Remember, the building numbers displayed here are our EAD building numbers. Please do not forget. The building numbers you're seeing displayed are our EAD building numbers. So after having the building number displayed, the next guide there is show boundary. We're already seeing our EA boundary. The next one here is show geospatial points. So these geospatial points are the special points of our spatial population. Remember, we have a group of special population that will be enumerated on the census night. So in the next video that we'll be talking about task 2, which is census night, it will dwell more on this icon. So the next icon is the file tree. Here displays the buildings in the EA in a tabular form, so you can quickly open the file tree and look at the buildings you have. So the next icon here, so we come down to the work icon. We have verify building, so we have to go straight into verifying our buildings. So to verify your building, you click on verify building to turn on the radio button. We use this to verify our building. The next icon is add building. Remember, we are doing group listing methodology. So assuming while building numbering, the supervisor and the team meet a new building or they discover a new building. New building in this context is not necessarily newly constructed building. But what this means is that this building, for any reason whatsoever, was not captured during our EAD. So we are seeing this building on ground, but on the map, we are also seeing it on the map, but we don't have any of our EAD number resting on it. So we use this icon, add new building, to add the building to our frame. So the next one is add special geopoint. If you also discover special geopoints, where the points where we meet our special populations like homeless persons and homeless households, transient populations and all that, you add special geopoint to add that point. So we'll quickly go into building verification to verify our building. So we've already turned on the radio button on verify building. We click on building 1. So our building 1 we have it on the map. It was captured during our EAD, but right now it is no more in existence. The building is not like it's there in our EAD, but right now it is demolished. Right now it is demolished. So we click on the building status and select demolished, then verify building. Now, as soon as you verify this building and the building is verified successfully, the color will change from black background that you used to see to white background to show that you indeed have verified building. And to see this color change, you quickly click on show building. You quickly click on show building to display the color change. Now, this building originally was building 1 in our EAD, but for this building numbering and household listing, we saw on ground, we noticed that the building has been demolished. So we verify it as demolished building. So for this census pad, every demolished building and non-existing building take 0 as the building number. So we go ahead to list our building 2. We click on building 2. Building 2 is existing. We verify it as existing. Remember, our EAD building code is building 2. Our census building code now, because the building 1 in our EAD building code is demolished, so it took 0. So this building 2 in EAD building code in our census pad now is taking building 1. That is why you're seeing building 1 here. Then building address. This is address gotten through EAD, and we confirm if the address is true. If the address is not correct, you have the opportunity to edit the address of the building or name of the owner or description to the very recent one. So we go to ownership is privately owned, residential status, residential, building arrangement. This building is freestanding. Current use of building, residential dwelling place. Residential dwelling place as current use of building. Level of completion, the building is fully completed. Type of structure is single 1-story building. Material used for the roofing, long span sheets, the main construction material used for the wall, cement and blocks, the main construction material used for the floor. Now, note that this floor refers to the floor around the building structure, not the floor inside. So, around the building structure, they use veneer tiles. Is this building accessible to all? This building is a one-story building, but it does not have the slide to carry like a wheelchair or a disabled person. So no, this building is not accessible to people with difficulty. So we confirm and update building. Please, before you click confirm and update, you have to go through your record and make sure that every information you imputed is correct, because once you impute information, you won't be able to edit. Once you save an information, you won't be able to edit it. Since this building is a residential household, it will ask us to add a household. So we open household. You will see at the topmost bottom, add household. You click on add household button, select household type. Household type is regular household. Residential type is conventional dwelling place. Surname of head of household is Eze. First name of head of household is Chioma, is Nne. Middle name of head of household. The head of household does not have a middle name. Nickname, it does not have a nickname. Sex of the head of household is female. So here you select the sex. Remember, you are getting this information on ground and not on assumption. Then you get the phone number of the head of household. If he doesn't have phone number, you put do not have phone number. If you don't know his phone number, you put do not know the phone number. Then inquire about the number of male in the household and you impute it appropriately. Then inquire the number of female in the household and impute. Now, total number of person in the household is the sum of the number of male and the female. So if you have 2 male and 2 female, 2 plus 2 is 4. That is the total number of persons in the household. But for this simulation, I have 0 male and 1 female. So the total number of people in the household, and you select 1. Who provided this information? The head of household, and is save. So if you successfully add your household and save, you see the information of the household and the household in this building. So you go back again, you go to your next building. You can also do show building to display this number in white. So the numbers in white shows the number of building we have listed. So we continue this until the enumerator finish listing the building in his range. Okay, so we verified the next building. This building is existing. The building is existing building, is privately owned. Residential status is non-residential. Is non-residential. The building arrangement is in a compound. Current use of building is used for storage, domestic equipment and generator. What is the level of completion for this building? Now, pay attention here. What is the level of completion for this building? We have fully roof completed. Roofing level. This building is in roofing level without roof. So if we choose roofing level without roof, every other question on construction material for the roof, for the wall, for the floor will be grayed out. So is this building accessible to all? And we do yes and confirm. Now, because we choose roofing level without roof and this building as non-residential, you will not be able to add households to this building. If you click on add household, a message will pop up, this building is not a residential institution building, therefore households and persons cannot be added. So kindly note that. So we continue adding our buildings, verifying the buildings as it is on ground. Remember, the supervisor and team of his enumerator must number these buildings serially. So the next building we'll verify has a secondary housing unit. Remember, a building with, that has secondary housing unit must be in a compound. But not all compound, note this, not all compound have a secondary housing unit. And in a scenario whereby in a compound, another household, like a tenant, is living in one of the buildings that made up that secondary housing unit, the presence of that second person or the second party automatically disqualify that household from being a secondary housing unit. So we verify our building 9 at secondary housing unit is existing. Ownership is privately owned. Residential status is residential. Is a compound. Then in use of building, you select secondary housing unit. So in use of building, you select secondary housing unit. So now, you now select the primary building where head of household was listed. In this, the head of household was listed in building 5. That's where the head of household was listed. So we select it. So it will automatically link this building to our building 5, where we have the head of household for this secondary household unit. Remember, both the building 5 and this building, you must select as a compound. Level of completion is fully completed. It's a single building. Long span. Metal zinc. Terrazzo. Yes. And confirm. So this building has been confirmed and linked to another building, building number 5, as a secondary housing unit. So if you click to add household to this building, knowing very well that we've already selected it as residential building, it will tell you this is a secondary building. The persons or living in this house can only be added to the household listed, created in the primary building. So it is in the primary building where we created the house, where we create the household that will be linked to this building. So every household member of this building will be enumerated or listed under their secondary unit, the primary unit. So we continue verifying our building serially as we find it on ground. I remember to always use show building to know the number of buildings listed as they will display in white. So when this enumerator finished listing his range of building, remember he was assigned 1 to 10 initially. When he finished listing his range of building, he will come to task 1. You see open task, refresh, wrap up. Click on wrap up, submit progress report, and you will see the buildings he listed, he or she, the enumerator listed. So first of all, you synchronize, then you generate backup and then synchronize. So click on generate backup to generate backup, to back your data up. Then you click on synchronize to synchronize the data to our dashboard. So that's all about building numbering and household listing and profile activation. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. So the synchronized buildings will display in green color with tick that it has been synchronized. So an enumerator, there is no limit to the number of times an enumerator will synchronize in a day during his work. He can synchronize as he moves. He can synchronize as he It can synchronize after listing one building, it can synchronize hourly, but it is important that an enumerator synchronizes his work regularly, because the only safe work is a synchronized work. Thank you. You count, be counted.